It's the chef who you know iller. Fly like Michael Jack when he wrote Thriller. I try to give him life, but my flow killer. Friends was the coke dealers, now I just quote scriptures. I'm saying I'm on a whole nother plane. I'm Candyman in the mirror, don't ever mention my name. Cause me and the other rappers, we never spit it the same. 2K's with me where I be ballin', it ain't a game. 2K's on my feet and I ain't mention the chain. Part of me has repented, but lyrically I'm the same. They can't see the chef, all they can see is the flame. Only thing better than my vision, it be the aim. Bang, you know what time I'm on. I'm David and never shy if you try my throne. Man to man, you don't really wanna try my zone. They naming themselves chef, you should try my clone. 22 kinda feeling like the Twilight Zone. I'm the rap boogeyman, keep your night lights on. It gets spooky like my lock when my mic on. Cause all of my bars dope like the type Ike on. Like I don't see what the hype about, when I could write one verse that'll wipe them out. Don't make me bring that 89 Michael out and smash anybody in the ring for the right amount. They try to doze on road like the flow sweet. So now I play Freddy Krueger if they go to sleep. Let them live is something they can't tell me. Cause every bar horror movie, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, I'm with the chef like a line cook, I think. You got water, you got fire like a stove by a sink. In the spirit, not the flesh, plus my shirt says repent. In the spirit, I may text, I just go where I'm sent. Let me start spitting, flow sickening, I cough lyrics. Read the book of Numbers out loud, I talk digits. Chapter 15, verse 38, let's talk fringes. If you got it on, but ain't none inside, it's all missing. Hypocrites judge, then wanna try like auditions. If you talk the talk, then you better walk it like cars missing. Better follow Christ, see through his eyes, that's called vision. Get eternal life after you die, that's called living. Dang, chef, in the spirit I digress. On this beat I leave a mess. Trying to say calm but I get vexed. I say calm but no west. Cause Babylon in the west face the east when I get dressed. In that white linen no less. Man, the whole industry jokes, cause they doing it for the flesh. See, they start strong like notes, but they end weak like rest. Get it? Weekend, rest Shabbat, decent. I confess a lot, not a model but dress a lot. Produce get fresh a lot, that's vain though. Like built dams, I change flows. Whether faith of a mustard seed or a mango. In the Most High you must believe that's the main goal. Will he prevail? Yes, thou art like Van Gogh.
No Alamolek, but I got perfect vision in the dark. I'm a lexicon, I'm a megalodon, all my verses ripping them apart. Mosaic law, what the church is missing, it's the worst religion from the start. In my soul, where the word is written out, that circumcision of the heart. I'm rocking my fringes, I'm in Seattle, rocking like Hendrix. No industry gimmicks, you rappers to finish, I'm kicking it off the hinges. Throwing stones like you ceilings till you get the business. You should have repented in a minute, this truth is endless, they loving the image. I know what happened to Kim. What happened to Kim? I keep my pencil on point, no sharpener. Used to weigh pounds of tro, I lay down the flow like carpenters. She causing division in the sisterhood, I'm marking on. I'm preparing the way for the harvester, I'm a harbinger. This is your main cold world, better wear a fleece. You swear it's playing with my bare hands, I could tear a beast. Finish the work, I'm in the turf like the Pericles. The Ruach translated into Greek, that's the Pericles. Don't need a harlot or loose tramp, running drills like a booth camp. These new era niggas be capping, but they can be snapping like food stamps. The blood and Babylon.
All right. Yes, Lord. It's important tonight. We want to work.
Well, you have a very interesting story. This is our first time actually sitting down. So, to kind of give a little bit of the backstory.
Well, you know, whenever, you know, a lot of people get in this seat, and it's a lot of things that don't get said, and they shouldn't get said. A lot of things shouldn't be asked either. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, we're going to get to, you know, where I came from, but I think people really need to know where you came from. You know what I'm saying? And so like that. So I think that's really what we need to understand. And like I said, you know, a lot of people, they put the Fed tag on you. Not a Fed, just another white man in, you know, this is from the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Whenever a white man is in the midst of niggas, the white man is the one getting paid as the niggas fight for the pennies that may be left over. And we learned that from history. So you're not trying to stop no beef, because let's be honest, if all the beef stopped, you wouldn't have a job.
We'll agree to disagree on this.
See what I'm saying? If all the beef stopped and there was no more rappers beefing and all that shit like this, you would have nothing to talk about. You don't want, it does not work for you for young, talented, rich niggas to come together as a whole, because if that was the case, when that Farrakhan shit happened, you would have been out of business right then and there. So it benefits you for us to stay separated and bickering. This is why you will make it seem like you was talking to Duck or talking to this person about leaving their hometown. You didn't really give a fuck. You just wanted to have that moment on camera, no different than Joe Biden saying that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Well, it worked for him.
It just stows me, though, that a lot of times we get so, it's crazy, man. You know, we give every individual white person an opportunity, a chance. Every new white person, new chance, new chance, new chance. But when it comes to us, when Young Thug them go to court, he's seen just like the other niggas that look like him. But when we see you, we don't see Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or fucking the original culture vulture himself. You know what I'm saying? The damn white man who run 300 and shit. We don't see those people. We give every white man a new opportunity. We seen that in the movie NWA. It's always been a white man getting paid as niggas bleed in the street.
And, you know, we could agree to disagree.
Niggas dying, black pain has always funded America, and it's going to continue to do so. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we put that out in front first. Like, you ain't no goddamn fed, man. I don't know why they keep saying that. You just an ordinary, everyday white man. So I want to get that out to the people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stop calling this man a goddamn fed. This man ain't nothing but your everyday, average white man around some niggas. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'm looking at this on a business level.
I gotta do A.O. Consaco. I gotta.
Cause I might tune in. A.O. Consaco, whatever the case may be. I subscribe to A.O.
In my mind, I always think, well, shout out to Big Facts Podcast. A.O. Consaco then. He came up with something I've been thinking about where he says, you should cry when your loved one jump off the porch, not when they get killed.
To make sure that this movement dissipates well before November. By November, they don't want anybody to be thinking about this shit. You mark my words, you're going to see a lot of platforms start doing a whole lot of fucking outreach. Yeah, I just paid the bond for this person. Yeah, you know, it's that time, man. We really got to start giving back.
We are in Chicago, specifically a very, very famous neighborhood known as O Block.
Those videos that you're still getting paid off of on YouTube, that is what's allowing you to pay his bond. Those videos that you have where niggas then came in and talked about beef and said niggas' name, it doesn't matter if they told you to put it out or not. When that shit came out on your platform, it wasn't 6 hours later, it was 3 motherfuckers dead. Because they seen what a motherfucker said on your platform.
Don't be a damn, go get you some money. Don't be a damn, go get you some money. Don't be a damn, go get you some money. Go get you some money, you out with nothing. Just bought a stick and it came with 100. Give me a lick and it came with a 20. Shit, I was wishing it came with 100. I ain't standing on some nigga that done.
We shall overcome. Let's get it right tonight. Ain't no playing. We ain't doing no playing tonight. Am I going in tonight? Yeah, let me do it again. Yeah, it ain't no bullshit. Dead for real tonight. Let's get ready for it. All right. Get in your seats. Everybody get in your seats. All right. Yeah. What we got here? What we got here? Yeah, we're gonna do it right tonight. Y'all know you damn we one day out, but really look at the time. That's how many days we got to the beginning of No Negative News November. But tomorrow night we are celebrating. Tomorrow night, be right here, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you will get the actual No Negative News November official commercial that we will be pushing until November 1st. And we might go into November with it, but from tomorrow to the end of October, this is what you're going to put on your social media every day. This is what you're going to see on different platforms we rock. So it's only right we do it the right way. Is that? Nigga, shout out to Big Meech and his, oh, you know we finna go crazy. Nigga, that nigga Big Meech didn't cut the damn live off. Man, come on, man. Shout out that nigga Big Meech and his motherfucker, right, nigga. We're doing it right way tonight, my nigga. Real talk. Shout out. Oh, fuck, my fault. My fault. Damn, my fault. Damn, my fault, man. We gotta do it over. We gotta do it over.
I gotta do A.O. Consaco. I gotta.
Cause I might tune in. A.O. Consaco, whatever the case may be. I subscribe to A.O.
In my mind, I always think, well, shout out to Big Facts Podcast. A.O. Consaco then he came up with something I've been thinking about where he says, you should cry when your loved one jump off the porch, not when they get killed.
Okay. We're going to do it right this time. Let's do it right. All right. Get in your seats is what I said. Get in your seats. Yeah, we not playing tonight. We not playing. What I said was, you know, it's a heavy night tonight because tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're right here on the Big Facts Podcast, and you are going to get the official No Negative News November commercial that will be plastered everywhere. If you are part of the team, this is what you're going to be posting on your social media every day until November 1st. So it's that time, my nigga. So we celebrating tomorrow night, and I just wanted to make sure the goddamn suit was looking good, the right way for it while we doing this. But it's been a long road. It's been a long fucking road. It's been a heavy road. As I continue to say, no way that I could have did any of this shit without. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's gonna be a while before I speak on some of the shit that actually happened, because I don't want to give people, you know, the luxury or the satisfaction of, you know, all that bullshit. But it was rough. It was extremely rough, and there's no way I could have did it without AO Nation. So that's what that is. But tonight we got work to do. We got heavy work to do, and I was going crazy. If y'all couldn't hear, I was going crazy for that nigga Big Mix, because that nigga, I ain't seen that nigga in live in a while. So whenever that nigga come out, you know it's gonna be a crazy show. So shout out to that nigga Big Mix. Always hold it down through the thick and thin. All right, so tonight, here we go. I got some shit ready for y'all tonight. It was brought to my attention no, hold on. Because it might be there. It might just be in another folder. Hold on. But it was brought to my attention that we might have a little discrepancy on a couple of our man, shout out to that nigga JP in this bitch, my nigga. Man, it's going down tonight, nigga. You see, I'm talking, we got they in the building tonight, nigga. There ain't no fucking game being played. The hell they think this is, my nigga. It's going down tonight. All right. So this is what we doing, man. This is what we doing. This is what we got going on. they actually hit them bitches hit my motherfucking what you call it, because I posted this. They hit the Instagram because I posted this on the Instagram. They said it was hate speech, so I had to put Q's instead of O's. But I think that we need to sit down and really, what in 2022, what is a coon? For one, I want that shit answered, and for two, dog, I'm really starting, and as we, I'm in full fucking, you know what I'm saying, proactive mode because a nigga that came through this whole year, 12 months, 10 months as of now, over 10 months of doing this proactive shit, actually putting it on the line, sacrificing, going through that shit for a positive goal. And so when I'm looking and continuously seeing that when a nigga in the entertainment realm says something about, motherfucker don't even want to say the word Jewish, saying something about Jewish, you will get the same consequences as if you said something about a rainbow. And as I've been working for over 10 months on this activist thing, I realized that you got some heavy people like the Black Poe, Naeem Edwards, the rest, Terrell Bay, team members, Colorado Rick, that, are heavy and walk every step of that plight with you. You got people like that. But then, as far as the majority, you're going to have a situation like that nigga said the other night. Nigga, enough with this no negative news November shit. We want the good shit. As much as a motherfucker will sweat it, they want some type of change, and we tired of some shit. When it come to actually putting it down and putting some work behind that shit, putting some skin in the game, they not with that shit. And I was talking to D Rose about this shit, and I this year I've gained a whole nother level of respect for people that do this shit for a living. Everybody will swear that they want some change and they want something positive to happen. But I seen it with my own eyes. The real members of AO Nation will tell you how rough this year has been. So I just got a whole nother level of respect for people like D Rose, that actually do that outreach, take time out of their life and go and try to go outside and try to touch in a positive way the youth. It's a whole different type of shit. There was people that I did not like. Talk to D Rose about it. There was people that I didn't like. When I found out that they were doing positive work outside before they came on the internet, it changed my whole viewpoint of them. This shit is real. But with that, what I continue to see, am I too loud? Am I too loud? Okay. Yeah. What I continue to see though is, I appreciate that, big home. I appreciate that love. I got it. I'm finna do it. What I continue to see is when you say something about Jewish anything, you get pulled. So if you don't know what happened,
Kanye West went on to that shit is loud. Kanye West went to Drink Champs and he went on there and he said some shit or whatever. You know, when Kanye start talking, he's saying shit. You know, he's going in all these different directions with what he's saying. And in there, he talked about George Floyd and he spoke about the Jewish people. Now, we gonna sit here and we gonna decide whether or not that was heavy enough to put in. What was Nori on? Like, is Nori a coon for, you know, following suit and doing what them folks told him to do? And whose side, dog? You know what's told about this shit is when D Rose was breaking down what actually happened, he said they're canceling Kanye. But I was asking, who is the they? Who is they? And they is black people, not only for the White Lives Matter situation, where's the shirt? Not only for the White Lives Matter shirt, but also for the George Floyd comments. And I'm confused because it's like, how are what would seem like two enemies when we're talking about Jewish people? We would say that they would be enemies with black people, but when it comes to Kanye, they're all on one accord that Kanye needs to be canceled. I will admit that I've been off the scene and maybe I'm a little disconnected with shit, but don't that seem like it's a contradiction? Ain't that kind of like hypocritical? Shouldn't whatever's bad for my enemy be good for me? And what did he say about George Floyd that was so heavy? And what in the fuck does this shit right here mean? What does that mean? What does this mean? In the midst of everything that's going on and everything flying in all these different directions, what in the fuck? Why would you? Is that Candace Owens that he's with? And you know what, dog? When a motherfucker, hello, yo, what the word? What the word? Okay, yeah. Hey, hold. Let me get done with this. I hit you when I get off the show. All right. What does this mean? Dog, when you see shit like this, and we gonna just, we gotta go with it, man. I gotta do this first, because we gotta remember what the question is. Who's the coon? Who is the coon? As I'm talking to someone, I have to admit that I've been doing my own thing. I'm not on whatever's, I don't know exactly step by step what's happening and all this shit like this. Man, stop, man, nigga. Hold on, man. Is that nigga? Is Colorado Rick in this bitch? What the hell, nigga? We in this bitch tonight, man. Hold on. Hold on. Nigga, what? Oh, man. Nigga, we got everybody in this bitch tonight, nigga, on some real shit. Man, shout out Colorado Rick. Stomp down AO Nation soldier, man. And that's a very good point. Very good point. Very good point. What is on the front of the shirt? What is on the front of the shirt? See, I think that my first thing is this. I feel like it's extremely important for us to identify parameters of what certain words mean. In today's time, this coon shit, this coon is supposed to mean a black person. So if let's do this, we're gonna do this exercise right here. When I say coon, what is the first name that comes to your head? I'm looking. If I say coon, who do you think of first? I'm looking. The word coon. Somebody say coon, who do you think of? Mm. Real talk. See, I'm seeing some names I don't know about, but I am seeing that Herschel Walker, Jesse Jackson, Jesse Lee Peterson, Sheriff Clark, Jason Whitlock. Wow. Let me see. Man, shout out to that nigga Big Mix in this bitch. The first one through the motherfucking door. The first one showing love. Shout that nigga Big Mix. Let's see what he said. Big Mix said, let's get it. You know what it is, my nigga. We working out this motherfucker, man. Love the Big Mix. We in here, nigga. Shout out to that nigga Peacoat Slim. Peacoat Slim said, always talking the real. You know what we doing, my nigga. Shout out Peacoat Slim. That might be a new name in this bitch, man. Shout out. I appreciate the love. I'm coming back. Jesse Lee Peter. But Uncle Ruckus, that's the fresh and fit. Roland Martin. Man, nigga, dog, I'm finna go crazy. We got Joshua Powell in this bitch too. Dog, I ain't even finna get on that, man. Shout out to that nigga Joshua Powell. Man, it's going crazy tonight, nigga. This is what it is. A coon is supposed to be somebody who, when I think coon, let me just say this. And so I don't get it mixed up with my definition being the real definition. But I always thought a coon was a black person. I'm thinking preferably a black man. When I think coon, I don't think black like Candace Owen. I don't think black woman when I think of coon. When I think of coon, a black man who's stepping and fetching. A coon is the black man who wants to be around white people and yes sir, oh yes sir, man, I show. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. You feel more comfortable around them and you talk down about black people to the white people. They can send you out. So the nigga who got Fred Hampton killed, that is a coon. That's a coon. But they will also tell you that a coon, by definition, is a black person who propagates the black stereotype. So anybody who, and that's why when that person said Kodak Black, it's like, damn. So if you think about the movie Baps, let me see. Hold on.
So now you have black farmers. With Candace Owens, a lot of people feel like, you know, she's a big, if you're in the politics, you know that she stands on the Republican side. People consider her a coon, a sellout, etc. She does some shit that's kind of like, all right, what's your point? But when you think about people that are in their own little lanes, you have to understand that when they pockets get lined by certain groups of people, they're just like politicians. They're going to push whatever agenda or narrative that comes with the people that are supporting them. And unfortunately, when we look at it, we just think automatic sellout, but we don't really support our own people like that for them to really just have a lane. So when you think about people that think differently, I know a lot of people that actually voted for Trump, but people would say that the world of black people hate Trump. That's not true, because I know a lot of people that very much so dislike Biden just based off of what he's represented. He's considered a super predator back in the day. A lot of his agenda has been based on locking up brown and black people.
That nigga that on bullshit. Dog, that nigga D Rose, when y'all looking at this shit that I'm doing, a lot of this activist, that is that nigga. That's him. That's the dude who, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my mentor in this activism shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is needed so he plays the part that I would play for the talents, you know, with the YouTube class. So when they come in the tactical operation and we start the promotion and marketing campaign, usually for the YouTube class though, it's not just about what to do with YouTube. It's also dealing with the bullshit that comes with actively going full speed with this YouTube shit. If you lose friends, it's some mental shit that come with it. And it's the same thing with this activism shit. Like, it's a whole transition. I didn't hit Katrina up and asked if I was going through a midlife crisis, because it's like a lot of the shit that I did do, it seemed like I don't want to do that. And it's just a whole thing. But, you know, that is who's been guiding me through. But when you think of a coon, this would pretty much be what you think of. Coon is somebody who I'm going to push the black stereotype. So I'm going to go in front of white people and act exactly how they think that we act. When you use that definition, shit start getting crazy. Shit start getting real crazy. Oh my God. It start getting real crazy, real hazy, real fast. But see, I wanted to actually, what D Rose at? See, I wanted D Rose to explain something to me, because, you know, a lot of times when we looking at situations like this right here, someone who does the work in the black community, I want to know how does that make you feel as a person that is actively in the black community working, when you see people jump up out of their seats and go crazy about a nigga wearing a sweater when there's actually real shit going on the ground. So I wanted to hear what D-Rose had to say about it. But look what the news said.
Yet another controversy for Kanye West, also known as Ye. He's been locked out of his Twitter account now, the platform suspending him after an anti-Semitic tweet. That tweet said, quote, "When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." His tweet continued saying, quote, "The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew." Well, this comes just a few days after he made headlines for wearing a White Lives Matter shirt during his fashion show in Paris. He called the Black Lives Matter movement a scam, posting on Instagram that the movement is now over. He also talked about race matters on Fox News Channel's Tucker Carlson's show on Thursday.
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad...
West says what he learned about race relations, much of that came from his father and mother and what they experienced.
See there? Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I got some questions about that. Let's read right there. Let's read. Damn it, somebody gonna have to call in and read it. I don't know why the hell this shit is always so damn small. Okay, that look a little bigger. Let me see. Okay, that look good. Let me see. Oh, wait. No, that ain't right. What the hell? Why this shit so fucking slow? All right, so let's see. For ourselves, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3. Wow. I'm going DEFCON 3. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jews. So you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball me. Anyone, whoever opposes your agenda. Dog, I'm gonna be for real. I really want to know about this shit. It's a lot going on. It is a lot going on. Dog, let me get DB, let me get Ro. Let me get Ro to call in. I got some questions. We need to holler at somebody who know about this thing here. I see what you're saying. You're saying that Kanye is the Coon. We finna find out. Let me get Ro to call in. Cause I need to ask some questions. Dog, I've heard this multiple times about this Jewish thing, the real Jews, and I have questions. What if this whole for all of this thing to be so heavy and you can't say certain shit? What if that whole thing is wrong, my nigga? Big Face Podcast, who this online?
What's good, my good brother? This Roy the Chef.
Oh, roll. Wait, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good?
Okay. You get close to the phone?
Hold on, what about right now?
Say something else.
What about now?
That sounds better.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I need.
All right, we good right now?
Yeah, you good. You perfect.
What's happening with you, big man? How you feeling, man?
Man, it ain't nothing to it, man, but I got some questions and I need to understand what's going on. Really, what I want to know is, and I'm gonna read this to you right fast, and I just want you to break it down. And for the people who don't know, if y'all, this is a real, am I saying it right? Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, that's right. You can say Israelite.
Israelite. Okay,
Yeah.
Israelite. This is a real Israelite we have on the line. I want to read this to you and you, because I need to know, because they didn't cancel Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Kanye just got knocked off about this. I'm saying that this, when you say something, I want to know, first of all, I want to know what Semitic mean, anti-Semitic, what Jewish and all this, because these are the words that get you canceled, but I don't know what they mean. And I don't see what's going on. So I need this to be understood to me. So let me read this here. It say, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone, whoever opposes your agenda. All right, I want to play the news clip so that can you hear the news clip?
I'm gonna mute my phone and I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna be able to hear.
Okay, here it is.
Yet another controversy for Kanye West, also known as Ye. He's been locked out of his Twitter account now, the platform suspending him after an anti-Semitic tweet. That tweet said, quote, "When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." His tweet continued saying, quote, "The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew." Well, this comes just a few days after he made headlines for wearing a White Lives Matter shirt during his fashion show in Paris. He called the Black Lives Matter movement a scam, posting on Instagram that the movement is now over. He also talked about race matters on Fox News Channel's Tucker Carlson's show on Thursday.
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad...
West says what he learned about race relations, much of that came from his father and mother and what they experienced.
Now, that's a lot. That is a lot. The part, and I heard a lot that time that I didn't hear the first time. I wanted to highlight the part about his father giving him that knowledge. And the Coon ass newscaster tried to make it sound, yeah, he got this shit from his father. He tried to make it sound bad. So from the front to beginning, tell me where this, I can't be anti-Semitic because black people are the real Jews. Where does that come from?
Well, good question, big bro. Well, I put it to you like this in short. The question, the statement, to give a response to the statement what the brother said, I can't be anti-Semitic because I am Semitic. To understand that, you got to understand what it means to be a Semite, right? To be a Semite, it simply means you derive from the seed of Shem. Now, not to go too deep into it, but we know that, well, whether you believe it or not, this is where it derives from. Biblically speaking, right, after the great flood, it was one man, 3 sons. That was Noah. He had 3 sons. It was Ham, Shem, and Japheth, right? So when you say Shem, that would just be that's when you say you're a Semite or a Shemite, that just means you derive from the seed of Shem. So when he says when a black man says I'm anti, if a black man gets called anti-Semitic, it's like I'm saying I'm anti-self. That's right there. What you got on the screen right there. That's beautiful. You put that there. You got the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. Remember, I told you with 3 sons: Ham, Shem, Japheth. Now, there's a difference between Shem and Ham. Just because we have the same skin doesn't mean we're the same people. Like saying Chinese and Taiwanese or Vietnamese and whichever Asian race you would name would say, oh, just because they all look the same, they all are the same. That's not the case. Just like Africans and Jews. They, Africans for the most part, derive from the son Ham. Us, we, for the most part, derive from the progenitor Shem. Right, so as you read the context of the definition, it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, the progenitor, meaning the father of the dark races, not the Negroes. So it says Ham is the father of the dark races. But it says, hold on, not the Negroes. So who is the father of the Negroes? That would be Shem. So when a black man who here in America is either called nigger, Negro, however you want to title us, who our forefather is Shem. So to say we're anti-Shem is like saying we're anti-us. We can't do that. You can't be against yourself. You can't. I mean, now, granted, and in many ways, out of ignorance, we do a lot of things that displays hatred for ourselves and for each other. But at our core, we can't be anti-us.
Heavy.
It's like saying
heavy.
That's like saying Jerry Rice is anti-wide receiver, anti-football player.
So hold on. How is this possible? So what? All right, so I'm reading this. It says, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is I can't actually be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Okay, so Semitic means Jew?
No. So let me look. So I'll be quick on that.
Okay.
Semitic just means you come from Shem. Jew, right? Just Jew by itself is a pretense to Judah, which is a tribe. Judah is a tribe. To say you're a Jew means you're from the tribe of Judah. They, or the other people, are those that adopted our shit, hijacked and stole our identity. They call themselves Jewish. They don't claim to be from the tribe of Judah. They say they're Jewish. That's like if I tell you, hey, listen, I'm going to come pick you up around 5-ish. That's not exactly 5 o'clock. That means something like 5 o'clock. I might be there at 5:30. I might be there at 5:15. I might be there at 4:50. I'm not going to be there exactly at 5.
Okay, so
I'll be at 5. Or the show Blackish. You see what I'm saying?
But so would that be that would be pseudo Jew?
Say that one more time.
Is that pseudo Jew or?
I mean, that's what we refer to them as. I'm not gonna give you a history lesson, but in short, when we was whether you subscribe to the notion that we were here already or whether we came here on slave ships, at one point in time we weren't under white man oppression. So I don't get into the semantics. Oh, brother, we came here, but we did. I don't care how you put it. After the white man got you, he was in chains. You understand? So however you want to go about that, you can deal in semantics and fairy tale land. But when we were in chains, not being able to learn how to read, write, so on and so forth, broken off of who we were and who we were called to be, and so on and so forth, when that was happening, you had another group of people perpetrating a fraud, walking in your footsteps in the earth. So that's why the first time a black man rise up and say, "Man, I'm a Jew," that's like pulling a pistol out on the president or something. Anything you can say that I kill a nigga, I smack a bitch, I'll pull up on a block, kill every nigga out there. You can do and get paid millions for it.
That's right.
All a black man gotta do is tell a white boy, man, I'm a Jew. Oh, nigga, that's it.
Real talk. Real talk, dog. And because, like I said, and you know, this is what. I'm gonna stick to the script because I got so many questions. I want to show you a picture, man. I got a Jewish guy on the screen. All right, this is what a Jew looks like to a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
this is what a Jew look like. So what is this dude saying? Is he saying that he's? What is he saying?
Now, this guy you're looking at on the screen is a well-known Jewish rabbi, right? You may have seen him on Sinetta debates in times past, on and so forth. This guy named Rosenberg, right? Rabbi Rosenberg. When he posted himself on his Facebook page was what we're reading. This is Rabbi Rosenberg. He knows the truth just like all of the other rabbis out there. He's just not afraid to tell the truth. This guy right here self-admitted that so-called, we call them so-called because that's not who we are. That's a title or a name that was given to us to generalize and marginalize us.
Mm-hmm.
The so-called black people and them that were either on the slave ships or who was oppressed after we got here or who was already here and then got chains put on their heads. Those people, right, make up. Not only does he subscribe to the fact that we make up the children of Israel, but that we are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. He admits this after losing in many points of debate, defending his position of who they are. You see what I'm saying?
So I feel like we have to go in this in order because. So I don't want people to get. And I'm looking at the comments, and we trust me. I'm gonna have Rollback on here to to speak his piece on that. But my thing is, when you tell a white boy that I'm a Jew, as a as a nigga, I'm a Jew, and they look at you like you crazy, whatever like that. But telling a nigga, if I go to the corner and tell niggas, hey man, we the Jews, niggas will look at me crazy. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I mean, you got to keep in mind of the conditioning that we as a people are accustomed to. We not only broken off from who we are, but we've adopted a very violent, very heinous position towards each other. You know, we value money, cars, and clothes over our own blood, our own brother, people who look just like us.
Mm-hmm.
Women who look just like our mother. We are many kind of way, do any kind of thing to them. Men who look just like our brothers, our sons. We have no value for black life at all. Now, we'll march, we'll act like we'll do something, but if it takes change inward, we won't do it. If I got to stop killing niggas or stop, I ain't going to go down a laundry list.
Yeah. Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But if I were to stop doing that to take a position or a stance against my people, that's hard for some. So, me telling you an Israelite, shit, first I gotta tell you to stop killing your brother. First I gotta tell you, bro, stop thugging, stop wilding, stop doing what you're doing long enough for you to be able to listen to I could tell you who you really are before we can really deal with who you really are at the core. First we gotta deal with, the behavior that we perpetuated because of our ignorance from being cut off. Let's go back. I'm gonna be quiet real fast. I'm gonna just go back real quick.
Okay.
You got the 90s. If you was born, if you're in your 30s and y'all online right now, you remember the early 90s movies that existed. I mean, all of the gangster movies. I ain't gonna go into them, but Boys in the Hood, Colors, Juice, whatever. There's a lot of things that shape the culture to make us violent, that transitions to the violence that we perpetuate today, us and our children. 80s, same thing. 70s, we was trying to revolutionize and come and just love ourselves. Prior to that, we were in slavery. Prior to that, prior to all of the different conditions that we find ourselves in from a social standpoint here in America and our experience, we're starting from a point of behind in slavery. From 1555 to 1785, 1765 to 85, we were in chains. So when you don't know who you are, and you're then depending on the white man or your oppressor to tell you who you are, and then your mama don't research who you are, your father don't, they just pass down whatever was given to them, who told it to them. So now if you go to the nigga on the street corner, you got to break 18, 20 generations of false information and ignorance. Now, some will listen and some wouldn't. It just depends on what state of mind you catch that brother in when you come across him. You see what I'm saying? But that's that in a nutshell. In short answer the question.
No. And like I said, that's extremely heavy. And I think that a lot of us, cause and niggas is running around trying to find out at some point whether a nigga do it on the street, in the hospital after getting shot, or as he doing his 20-year sentence. You have to feel like, dog, this shit is a game, and I'm the damn victim of this shit. Like, we don't make up nothing but 13% of the population in America, but over 50% of the prison population. It has to be some throw with that. But you have so much different information, and that's why I think piece by piece, it has to be broken down. When we dealing with the Semitic, the anti-Semitic, and the Jew, that information is dangerous, because if we find out that we are the actual Jew, what can we do with that information? I'm trying to find out, why is that so? Why did that burn like poison to them, and why do they shut you down as soon as you say that?
Man, listen, this is the biggest scandal in history. You think. Let me make it to where we can understand it in a general sense. They call who? Let me watch this. Watch what I do to you. Watch what I do to you, Ayo. Who's the king of rock and roll? Who's the king of rock and roll?
Elvis Presley.
Elvis goddamn Presley, right? Now when you go back in history, you would find, right, that there were 10, 15 other black men that this dude stole everything from. But American history, because the person with the loudest mic tell the loudest truth. Because American history would say he's the king, and the white man got the power, the media, and the control to be able to do such a thing. You forget about Little Richards and so on and so forth. I go down the list. I'm saying that to say this. They call Elvis the imposter. Well, let's do that same thing from a historical context. There's nothing with the originals. There's nothing that happens in this earth that was done before us. Right? So with that, just that alone, you got to understand this. If we're the original, man. Now, before I go, now see what you're saying right here. Look, this picture right here. This is the oldest known depiction of Christ. This is in the Coptic Museum in Cairo, Egypt. Look what they depict him as. A black man. See, the thing about that is this. If I'm the person in power is the one who tell a story. You understand? So this whole thing is prophetic, right? This whole thing is prophetic. I'm going to try to explain, answer your question without going into a whole spiel. I'm going to just be quick. Historically speaking, your people, you ever heard of a time called the Dark Ages?
The Dark Ages, the dark with Rome and stuff.
There you go. That was a time when black people ruled the earth, right? That this was after the fall of Rome, when black people ruled the earth from approximately 193 AD up until about the early 1500s, right? You know, 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. The white boy had gotten power around 1471, something like that. So during that time, between 200 AD and 1400, you had black men running the earth. These were the teachers of the earth and everything. And we knew what color Christ was. So when you get these depictions of Christ, they're going to write them in, and they're going to write them in detail to who he was. But what happened? The depiction that you probably got in your Baptist church or any corner in the hood is going to display Christ as a white man. That's what happened when the Roman Catholics came into power in the 1500s. a process called whitewashing happened. They took all our pictures and documents and made anything black white. This is what happened, including Jews or Israelites at a later time.
Wow.
They assumed your identity while you were in slavery, while you were fighting, and while you was living intertribal in Africa, in North and Central Africa, while you were intertribal, right? You wasn't just there. You migrated into that land. While you were there, they were assuming your identity. So in the 1500s, the Israelites suddenly became white people. Christ suddenly became white. All of this, right? Now, if I take your people by chains and I take you via transatlantic slavery, now granted, you got black people who subscribe to the notion that we were already here. Let's go with that. When the white man pulled up here, whether he pulled up with slaves or not, he put you under his foot as slaves. You can't make that history up. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so when he did that, he broke you from all of who you was and what you knew. You didn't have no identity after. Ask a black man what his last name is. He gonna tell you a white boy. But see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Ask a black man how he get the language he speaks. How he get his last name. Who gave you that name? Now, if you go back far enough, you'll find that you probably was on a slave plantation slave, and the master last name was Williams. That's why you got a white boy named Williams. But we don't think about that because we don't take 5 minutes to question whether or not what we've been given is valid or invalid. So when you hear Kanye say stuff like "we're the real Jews," now that's disruptive. That's disruptive not only to white people because they don't want you to know who you are and the power that you have as Jews, as the original people of the Most High God.
And that's why I gotta, and this is so, and like I said, this is probably, ignorant of me to I'm saying what power is in being the actual Jew. Like what is my power? What do I have a birthright, or what is my power as a original Jew?
I put it to you this way: when you had the power, when you knew who you was, you ran the world. Now, what's the irony in that? When you knew who you were, you ran the world. You understand? So let me answer. Let me make it even more plainer to you. If it didn't mean anything, why if you identify with who you truly are, if it didn't mean anything, why would they be raining down so hard on this man?
That's real.
Why would they be going out of their way
That's real.
come down so hard on this brother just for simply saying he's a Jew?
That's real.
Right? What that alone tells you how powerful it is in itself.
And I got now because this whole Kanye thing is deeper than just that. But with the Nick Cannon, I want to know what this discrepancy is. I know what it is on the, don't threaten them and stuff like that, but continuously hearing that they are not the real Jews. Yeah. And it's extremely problematic to say, that, and like I said, it's so much to uncover and unfurl. I just wanted to know where it came from. And like I said, this is such a big topic that we're going to have to, we got to have you back on so you can explain some more stuff. But I definitely wanted people to know that we got a real, historian on our hand that can speak to us with these questions. So like I said, there's going to be so much in the comments, people going crazy about it. I wanted you to explain this one last thing for me though, before you go. It says undeniable. The proof of the full color evidence of Black Israelites in the Bible. What is this book, and what does this book bring to the forefront?
Right, so this book right here is obviously undeniable full color evidence of the Black Israelites in the Bible. The Bible let me just kill a few things. Now, obviously, I'm gonna respect the platform. I ain't gonna go all night on this, but I'm gonna make a point because these are common misconceptions that our people say they can validate, they can prove it, they just say it, right? They echo it and parrot it. The Bible was not written by a white man. No white man wrote nothing in the Bible, right? Now, the white man taught you your Bible while you were in chains because he took pages out, revised it, made you to where you couldn't read it, and he just pimped you with his own game. But the Bible itself was never his. When you read the Bible literally talks about the description of not only Israelites, but the description of other races and nationalities of people as well. Now, in dealing with that being said, this book you're looking at in particular is highlighting a particular point in time called iconoclasm. Or going back to what I said, the icons. When you're dealing with art in a historical sense before you had whitewashing, that's very important for you to understand. There was original artifacts that existed when you were in power, and it existed for hundreds of thousands of years. Then when a white man got in power, he erased all of your, what he tried to, he gets too much for him to erase. He suppressed it at this point, hide it from you to where you can't get it. But from what he could, he made all of the images of the Bible white because it perpetuated his agenda to rule the world as the white man rules it today. Anything white, you identify with power. God white, Jesus white. All of your presidents outside of Obama has been white. Good is white, right? Everything is white, right? Because whoever's in power shapes the narrative. And this is what he's doing and has done. This book goes before he was in power. What was it like then? You know, when I always get this question, people ask me, well, I know we was in slavery. Don't tell me about slavery. Tell me about the history, what happened prior to us going into change. Who were we then? Because I was never taught that in school. I go to elementary school, they open up the book, first thing they talk about is slavery.
That's
right.
right.
They don't even put slavery in the elementary schools. So now the generations to come, our babies won't even know slavery existed if we don't teach it to them. So this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Again, like I say, he who has the power to change the narrative, and they change the narrative through art, through music forms, through literature, Bible, and other historical books that we can account and show that these people fraudulently did these things to further mentally oppress us even after they took the chains off of us.
And I want to, and we got to, because you already know where we going with this, I want to, from somebody who has this type of grasp on our history, who we were before we were slaves. What, and obviously, you know, what can we do to start the process of, if you had the power to make one thing happen, what is the most important thing that all of us need to do as the originals? What do we need to do to get right out of this sick state that we in right now? One thing, a realistic thing. What one thing would that be?
Repent and keep the law, statutes, and commandments that your God gave you, and that'll reverse the state that you in. You understand? That's the simple one thing you got to do. Stop killing each other. Stop stealing from one another. Stop robbing each other. You understand? Honor your mother. Honor your father. Keep the Sabbath day. Serve the Lord your God, the real God, not the one that was given to you. Right? Stop putting everybody else's agenda over your own. Right? I mean, these are simple things you can do today. You ain't got to wait till tomorrow. These are simple things you can do today. And I'm going to tell you the ill thing about it, Ayo. It's already happening. It's happening. It may not be happening in the mass scale or the grand scale of publicly to where the media is showing it. But this conscious awakening of us being the Israelites. This started with a small seed, and now you're seeing it grow into a point today where you can't run across too many people who don't know what we're saying. In short, that's all we got to do, man. Is repent.
And like I said, you know, I think that people seeing that a lot of things that they were taught, but some people just don't want to know. And we had those people who are just either way it go, they don't care until it's them, and then they figure out that they was cursed from the beginning. So like I said, that's what that is, Ro. I gotta have you back on. I appreciate you coming on and breaking that down to us. We going to work, big home. I'll talk to you in a minute.
No doubt about it, big bro. You got it.
I love. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, my nigga. Like, I feel like a lot of that plays into exactly what we dealing with at this very moment. And dog, if for nothing else, if for no other reason, dog, a nigga need to know why in the fuck, like, what the fuck does that shit mean? What does Jew mean? What does Semitic mean? A lot of this shit, we hear these motherfuckers talking. We hear them talking, but we don't ask no question. We don't even know why the fuck, dog. And here go the thing. D-Rose said it. Kanye is a fucking billionaire. He's a billion, and DJ said the same thing. Damn, I forgot about DJ. DJ, if you watching, call in. This man is a billionaire. The war that he's fighting is different. It's a whole different, and so he's getting resistance. And maybe he is just extremely arrogant to the point where he feels as a billionaire he should get everything that he wants, and he's getting pushback on something that he wants, and he's bringing race into it. I need to highlight this part, and I don't want to go too heavy, but I need to highlight this part. As a whole, my nigga, as a whole, and I'm going to the comments on the Cash App and the PayPal. Dog, do we fuck with Black Lives Matter? That's what it is. I'm answer for you. Don't answer for nobody else. Answer for you. Yes or no? Do we fuck with Black Lives Matter? For you. Do you fuck with Black Lives Matter? There it is. Shout out to that nigga JP in this bitch. You know Chop had to come through with that bullshit, man. Shout out to that JP. He said we working tonight, my nigga. No negative news November. Remember, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be giving out that motherfucking the actual no negative news final commercial for you to go and take and spread that motherfucker everywhere. Shout out to that nigga Corn Johnson. No words, just show love. I appreciate that, Corn. You've been here from the very beginning with that love, my nigga. That's love. Man, shout out to that. Who was that? I can't see. Let me see. Man, I ain't seen. Man, shout out to Ken Cheeser. Ken Cheeser. I ain't seen you in a minute. Showing love and support to the platform. It's much appreciated. Stay up, family. We rocking. You know what it is, my nigga. We ain't playing no games. I appreciate that love. Shout out to Bianca. Bianca Clemens. I see you. I see you, Bianca. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta go to. Hold on. Come on, bitch. Man, hold on. I gotta go big for that one. Shout out to that nigga T-Ant. Shout out to T-Ant. Coming through love. Nigga been rocking out lately too. I appreciate that love, big home. Shout out to T-Ant. Man, shout out to that nigga Swizzled Out Trends. Shout out to that nigga Swizzled Out Trends, my nigga. That's love, my nigga. We working. Shout out, big homie, man. Man, shout out to that nigga Joshua Powell. Joshua Powell came through and said, already, you know what the fuck we doing, my nigga. Bianca Clemens said, no negative news, November. I feel it. That's love. Shout out to Nicholas. Nicholas ain't got no words, just 5 on the $5 challenge. That love, big home. All right, let's see what y'all saying. Okay, and I want to, because, you know, when he speak, we got to listen. So, and there it is. And Big Mick says, the platform, no, the message, yes, the platform, no. That's, I don't. That's big. I'm looking at it. Okay. So there it is. There it is. So if most of us don't deal with and don't rock with Black Lives Matter as a platform, why was, but I can't really answer. Because even if you don't like Black Lives Matter, I don't think going White Lives Matter would be the answer to that. That's kind of throw. And to me, it seemed like it's just kind of shock jockey, like you doing that just for the response. But that's the whole other thing. Like, he's not in a position to where he's doing it for money and shit like that. So the statement, but what the fuck does this mean, my nigga? Like, that's my whole, like, what does that mean? I don't, like I said, dog, this, but like what's the name said, like Kanye West was also the motherfucker who came in and said George Bush doesn't care about black people. I'm saying all this to get back to the main point. What side is Kanye on? Like, what's is he on our side? Like, or does he just want to support, like Black Lives Matter? Want to support, and when you get the support and get what you want, is fuck us. And who is us at this point? If we go back to the main question on the table, what is a coon? No, I really, because the talking about George Floyd being on dope and everything like that. And dog, I think that's the whole shit about this whole thing, dog. This shit's so fucking scrambled and fucking damaged and thrown the fuck off. You don't even know what rope to pull. Like, what the fuck? We got so many different issues going on. And that's why even with the the No Negative News November, I wanted it to be concise, something that's easy to understand. Don't post no negative news for the whole month of November, and we're doing it because we see that the media, the rappers are trying to get their career started by doing bullshit that put their life, their safety, and their freedom in jeopardy. And they don't want to put their life and safety, their freedom and safety in jeopardy. They just want to be in the music game. So if we don't eat off of them dying and bad shit happening to them, if it's condolences and all that shit, then we see that posting that shit doesn't stop it. So let's not post it and see if that works. Concise. Straight. I'm not saying, hey man, we need to fix all black people. No. Let's work right here in this small circle. Let's work. But when you looking at these situations and shit like that, it's hard to say what the fuck is what, man. And as far as Nori, you know, having a take, and that's the whole shit about being under a network. It don't matter what you feel is right and once you under a network, you don't own that shit. You can't, nigga, you gonna do what they tell you to do. And honestly, on some real shit, dog, being on this other side of this, activism shit, you got so many people that work so hard. I'm sorry, so little people that work so hard to keep a movement going. But for the majority of people, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They just want to hear more of the bullshit. They want to hear. So it's like, if you going where the money is, then you gonna go right there to the bullshit. And that is the problem of the viewer, the audience. The money is in the bullshit. There's no doubt about that. That's where the money is. Negative bullshit. If you want something to change, then you have to do something. That means that you can't be going on Bigo and Clubhouse and watching Whack 100 and Charleston White and you want to see all the fucking drama. But you steady, this some bullshit. Come on, my nigga. What side are you on? You know what I'm saying? Big Facts Podcast. Who we got on the line?
It's Kanye. Can you hear me okay?
Let me see. Go ahead.
It's kind of loud where I'm at.
No, you good.
Yeah, there's just kind of couple things about this. One thing is, Candace Owens will say anything, so it's just like whatever with all.
It's kind of it's kind of scratchy.
But why is it that when
you hear me? You hear me? It's kind of scratchy. Kind of scratchy.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me fix that right quick. Hold on. What about now? Do I sound better?
That sounds good.
Okay, yeah. So my thing is, why is it when black people get to a level of influence and a level monetarily that they just got to shut up and go with whatever the fuck everybody else decides is, you get money, so you better act a certain way if you want to keep it. Why can't he just be whatever the fuck he is? Like, why is it a problem that a black man decides that he has his own fucking brain and he wants to use his fucking brain? Whether you agree with it or not, who gives a fuck what Kanye West feels like or thinks about what he is or whatever it is? But my thing is, the problem is that Kanye West is damn near has the same kind of impact and influence as somebody like Louis Farrakhan or Donald Trump, because I'm telling, like, I watched that whole, with his last album that came out, that, what was it? It was the Donda album. I watched when that Donda album came out and how motherfuckers packed them stadiums out without ever hearing it. Wasn't no preview. It was just come to the stadium and everybody went. Nobody knew what was going on. Motherfuckers was sitting there for 3 fucking hours just to wait to hear what he had to say, whether they liked the shit or not. And those people who didn't even, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that is very dangerous, because because he could actually be the person to say, hey, we're not this. Because it's like, okay, a motherfucker with $1 billion, what the fuck are you going to do to them? Be for real. Like,
That's real talk.
You going to sue somebody with $1 billion fucking dollars. Like, I can take my money and leave. There's going to always be somebody to protect me. I don't need your fucking platform. I got plenty of people who will speak on my behalf. Farrakhan ain't on no motherfucking platform as Farrakhan himself. People always still spreading his message. The same thing with Donald Trump, the same thing with everybody else. Why? What? Like, who the fuck do people like that? And they just taking it. I don't know. I just have a problem with people feeling like when you black, you got some money that you should just do whatever.
Because I feel like you got it on speakerphone.
Yeah, because it's loud out here. I can beat the phone up.
No. I'm saying if you put it on, if you take it off speakerphone, I think it'll be because it sounds like it's far away. The phone is far away from you.
Yeah, I'm like in the I'm out. So.
Yeah, no. I'll take when you get back on. Just when you talking, just take it off speakerphone. But no, I'm saying this. I'm saying what ends up happening is, and this is the whole thing. What ends up happening is, and this has been ever since BAPS back in the day. A nigga finally gets some money, and here we go into the conversation. Kanye West when he was Rockefeller, and then Kanye West now. I guess that's the whole thing. And DJ spoke on that too. In this game that we're in, it's only this game, hip hop, our shit. This is where you can't grow up, you can't evolve. You evolving is bad. Young Jeezy sending his kid to private school and private college, that's bad. Young Jeezy dating a Asian, that ain't no good. He needs to be, talking about Republican and all that shit. Nah, you need to stay gangster. I can see both sides of it, because the person that you gave us, it's kind of like you switched up and changed, or and this happens a lot with celebrities. This is why they tell you don't meet your favorite celebrity. They're not gonna be who you thought they were. If my favorite rapper is DMX, I get around DMX and it's like, man, I thought you was a totally different person. Nowadays, where everybody's getting a fucking podcast and shit like that, a lot of time we seeing too much of the people that we, admired and shit like that. So with Kanye, is like, it goes back to that old stereotype. It seems like whenever a nigga finally get some money, he goes into this whole I'm ambiguous. You know what I'm saying? I'm just OJ did it. I'm not black or white. I'm OJ. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like the more money you get, the more you try to get away from your race. So that could be how people look at it. And another thing is, most people, not just black people, but most people don't have $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't have, I think they said the average American don't have $500 in their bank account or some shit like that. So like I said, the battles that you fight with that type of money, that shit could, be a whole different thing, to where we just down here steady looking at you to be that person you was when you was riding around with Jay-Z making beats and shit like that. You hear people say all the time, go back to the college dropout Kanye. People say that about a lot of artists. They need to go back to their, first form and shit like that. And I think that might be natural, especially with artists. We loved Master P back in the day, but it's kind of like we grew out of that shit. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of that has to do with it. Kanye West did not come out as a politician, or a freedom fighter, or a designer. You know what I'm saying? So with him turning into this and being full speed with it, even going further, he didn't come out as a
Christian rapper. You know what I'm saying? So we've been watching, you know, his evolution, and you know, people are gonna have something to say about it. It's just that whole thing where writing somebody off as a enemy to the state, like he's an enemy of black people, he is against black people. And a person would say that because he said, you know, we can't, he said that slavery was a choice. A lot, and like I said, a lot of these things that a person could say, you know, you can see truth in it, but it's like, why would you say that? And that goes back to that being ignorant to what conversations, you know, that might be out of context. If somebody just popped in on me and your conversation, you know what I'm saying, and heard some of the shit we say, they might take something out of context because we in full conversation and we're in a whole different, you know, level of life. We're doing something that most people don't do with the entertainment shit. And so they might not understand it. And I try to, you know, look at it from a educated light, but some of the shit just, it does look like clout chasing. It does look like attention seeking. Because it's like, this is the dude who said George Bush doesn't care about black people. And me and D Rose was talking about that. What do you have to do for people to look at you like, because there's people, just like I ask people, who do you think of when I say Coon? There are people, if Herschel Walker comes out and does a toy drive in the black community, people are still going to feel like he's a coon. They're going to say, he just did that shit because he's trying to get black folks on his side. But there's also black people who we look at like, you know, righteous, let's say my son. If he does something that's coonish, people will, you don't know. Everything he do is for black people. So if he did it, then he did it for black people. So if that's the whole question. Is it the action or the person? What matters? Because if my son or someone that we deem to be a friend of us wears this, then we gonna say, oh, well, he did that for a reason. He probably gonna burn it or something like that. But if it's somebody that we deem to be a coon, then it's like, that's that coon ass shit. So it's like, what matters? Is it the action or is the person? You know, how do you feel about that?
When you was talking, I was just thinking about how Kanye West does have mental illness too. So that is something that plays, and it might not be as severe as we see. We don't see him on a daily basis, but he has openly talked about having bipolar disorder. And my thing is, we're looking at it on this side like, this motherfucker's crazy, this is this, and this is that. He could really be in the middle of a manic episode.
Real talk.
His thoughts are just coming out in a way where people don't understand it. Just like when he said slavery is a choice.
Yes.
I don't think he was talking about that then. I'm thinking you talk about now, because I'm going to be for real. You can go anywhere. Everybody slaves to the cell phone. That is a choice. You're not slave to that because, somebody forces you to do anything anymore for real. So it's like,
no, and that's,
but this is also the same person his whole career. We got to keep in mind, if nobody knows or nobody remembers, remember, Jay-Z didn't even believe in this motherfucker when he first had him. Dame Dash is the reason Kanye West is how Kanye West is nowadays, because Dame Dash was the person who gave him the chance and let him rap and go in the studio and do that. So that's the play. How that plays in today is, nobody fucking believed in me. I am a fucking genius, and nobody fucking believed in me. I have proven myself 100 times over, and they still push me to the side. When I finally get into a position of power, it's no different than a loser growing up to be a police officer. When I finally get into a position of power, I'm going to use my power. And the people who took care of me, I don't give a fuck how you feel about them. If Candace Owens is standing with me, I'm rocking with Candace. If you're standing with me, I'm rocking with him. If AO is on my side, nigga, AO can blow your brain out in my face, bitch. I'm on AO's side. I don't give a fuck.
Real.
And that's how people look at shit. It's not just one. It's never just gonna be one thing. It's the mental illness. It's the I need the attention, because he always do some stupid shit when it's time to do people would just say he's just in the middle of his mental illness episode. That's what I said. So he's just having an episode right now, and people just, if he's talking, it is what it is. Like, whatever.
And
like, I mean, I see how it can be dangerous, but it's just like there's a lot of stuff that goes into White Lives Matter doesn't mean anything, just like putting a Black Lives Matter shirt. That just makes people uncomfortable.
And you know that, and I think that's one of them things, and I think I cringe every time I hear mental illness, because it you know, whenever we hear that, it's a cop out for, you know, some bullshit. But looking at Kanye and knowing this industry, knowing this monster that is the entertainment business, anybody will be like being active in the entertainment industry is damn near parallel or equivalent to serving in the military in Iraq or something like that. Like the shit that you have to go through, and you know, people will use substances for the same reasons and all kind of shit. So to see him, and then, you know, going through the relationship shit, it's just like I said, I don't like putting.
After his mama passed away, and people had nobody around him to take care of him and guide him. He basically had to do that shit by himself. I need to actually write that down for December, because I got to talk about this nigga. But like, there's so much, and it's just like you finally got what you already knew you was gonna get, and nobody believes in you. So I can spit in your face. I can do whatever. The thing with art is, a lot of times people do art. Sometimes some shit just comes out just to be polarizing, just so you can talk about it. Just so you can talk about things. Niggas don't have no fucking feelings about a White Lives Matter shirt, but guess what? Everybody's talking about it, and everybody feels some type of way, and that was the point. That's a lot of times, and we talking about like non-music art, not music, every other kind of art, sculpture, painting, all types of shit. People do stuff on purpose.
And like I said, and you know, the art side of it, and I think, like I said, the White Lives Matter, that was one piece of it. The Drink Champs clip, I think that was, I was more thrilled about the part where they took it down, and it's like, why did they take it down? Was it the Semitic or was it the George Floyd? Why did they take it down? And once again, go ahead.
Nori probably did that because the thing with it is, if you're going to kiss ass, you're going to make sure you kiss ass to the end. We got to, like, if you know anything about Nori's career, I mean, when I was a little kid, Nori was like one of the biggest things out. And then Nori just ran completely fucking dry. This is Nori's second coming. Nori is finally getting the chance.
That's right.
You know, be somebody that is relevant today. Nori has hit songs and classics and stuff, but he's relevant now. If a network say, I don't want this air because we just feel like it's a bad look, he's gonna do what they say. He don't own Drink Champs. He doesn't own anything.
Okay, hold on. No. Hold on. They saying, did it? Shout out to Rose. I hit you. That's my fault, man. Home. We gonna have to fix the shit, man. I fucked up on that when I started talking. But he's saying, Diddy took the interview down.
Yeah, it's his network, his Diddy network, whoever it was. You know, I don't know I didn't get to see it. It was down by the time. Well, actually, it's probably still on YouTube. It was down before I got to look at it. I need to go look at it. But like, if you're getting too much backlash from something, depending on the type of person you are, you're not going to want that associated, because that can ruin your money. That can offend your investment.
That's right.
And offend your partner. Because my thing is, revolt is not just, oh, Diddy owns the network, blah, blah. There's people who invested in that who might feel some type of way about.
That's real.
They might just say it's hate speech. And
That's
we
real.
like, hey, we don't do the hate speech, guys. Pull it down.
Yep.
Can you do something about it? Can you go back and edit? They might not have even said pull it down. They could have said you need to go edit it, but having some, because people play games and shit, but then he can spin it like, I got so much respect, I'll just pull the interview down. I'm not editing out Kanye. Yeah, people play this. I see this shit all the time when I'm working with folks. Like, if people can feel like you said something it's just like, you know what, I might regret this later on. It might, you know, it could be really anything, but I don't. Why did you have him up there? Because you know what he was coming to do. This isn't.
That's real. That's real.
I mean, my niggas, we know what he.
That's real.
You can't control him.
That's real.
People like Nick Cannon, like any other Farrakhan or any other black person, I don't even know because these rappers don't even talk, ain't even form a sentence nowadays. But like, you know, you can't, like Gucci Mane, you're not going to control Gucci Mane in anything. Like, you know what he's coming to do.
That's right.
So why did you invite him if you was going to not stand beside him? And that's whole shit to me. I don't know how other people feel. I think it's whole shit. But they have obligations that are bigger than Kanye West, which is keeping this network alive because Frank Kemp isn't the only thing over there. They got a whole lot of shit going on. They do a whole lot of shit with a whole lot of people in a whole lot of different fields. That took people down to, I'm going to take your liquor, your little Ciroc deal. Oh, you supporting that? Oh, yeah. We're going to go ahead and pull that from you. But you don't own Ciroc. You get paid to be the face of Ciroc.
And
that's just an example. That's not, I don't have no proof of that. But that's just an example of some of the stuff.
No. You're right. And D Rose is saying, why didn't Fox take their episode down? So Fox had an episode with Kanye too?
Oh, yeah. But Fox News is owned by, what is his name? I think Roger, no, I think that might be TJ, but Roger Hill or something. Whoever owns Fox News, that is a platform that supports Kanye West and the shit he be talking about. Because Kanye West is a Trump supporter. They can choose to leave their shit up. But also, I think that the
That's
one
real.
with Carlson, they edited out all the quote anti-Semitic shit. They edited all of that out. So every platform can do what they want. If you're a white platform that has Kanye West up there talking about we hate black people, well, that's what they interpret it as. We hate black people. Fuck Black Lives Matter. It was a scam. We rocking with Candace Owens. So Candace Owens used to be on Fox. She used to work over there. Whatever the fuck she did over there. Why? We're not going to just withdraw our support because black people are mad or everybody's mad about what was being said. Fuck George Floyd's family. That's how they feel anyway. They're not going to give a fuck about you being upset.
That's the other crazy thing is that I guess I'm just getting dog to see what people are, because I had to tap back in to find out what's going on and to see what people are in the uproar about. It's like, and like I said, it make me mad because nigga, we over this bitch foot and nail trying to, you know, and a nigga wear some shit that don't have nothing to do with a motherfucker life, and it's the opinion on it. And so, like I said, but I guess that's the internet and shit. But I don't know, man. It's just too many politics for me and not enough action.
A lot. It's too much, and to be honest.
Yeah, like cause why?
Because like it ain't even worth getting in the mix with a lot of this shit. Because same fucking thing. They just use our emotions against us, and that's what Candace Owens be talking about. How they just use anything to just drum up our emotions as black people.
And I hate that. And I hate that because I hate the fact that somebody who is looked at like a coon, and this Candace Owens, she fuck with a white boy and everything. I don't like when they are right. I don't like that shit. And I'm gonna say this right here. Dog, it seemed like, and I'm just being real. Dog, there is no logical grown-up, regardless of, there is no black grown-up, logical grown-up that could fuck with your parents and them said, you pass 18, you can see. Regardless if you trying to see, you can see. Dog, there is no way that you could be for the Democrats. Even if you didn't see it this last election, fuck what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so fuck with the goddamn dog. Them motherfuckers, you have to be, if you are logical, you have to be more on the Republican side. Then that's all talk. Them motherfuckers I don't need you to do a Diddy and show me that you know how to do the Dougie. Or I don't give a fuck
whether or not you like black people, are you gonna pay me a fair wage? I don't want you to put fucking Harriet Tubman's face on a $20 bill just so I can't get that motherfucker. I would much rather you keep that white man on that motherfucker and give me what I'm owed. Fuck all the goddamn talking. So I hate it. I truly hate it when, and I see you, Big Home. I appreciate that love. I hate it when I see these people who are on that side that are totally on that side. See, this is what I'm saying. So Candace Owens, like, I don't never want to be so for something that I can't even. So I rock with Naeem Edwards. So that means that I'm cutting for whether she right or wrong. I can admit, yeah, she wrong. I'm right. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to try to make excuses. Well, really, she wasn't wrong for shooting the motherfucker because no, she was wrong for shooting the motherfucker. I'm riding regardless. With Candace Owens and motherfuckers on that side, like it's a lame ass police officer on the internet. He try to make every every situation where police kills a black person, he tries to justify it. It's like, my nigga, hold on. If you are on that side, you can say, I'm Republican. I don't agree with that, though. What the fuck is the issue with that? Why in the fuck do you have to bolster that you're on that side and prove your loyalty by saying, oh, you're trying to justify bullshit? No, that was wrong. But
on that side, the only reason is the easiest thing to do is just say, yeah, I support Trump now. It is what it is. I ain't really for everything, but fuck it, I'm over here. With black people on either side, to be honest, I don't subscribe to either side. But with black people that are Democrats and black people who are Republicans, they're tools. Like anybody who has to come out and be like, oh yeah, I'm just for this, I'm doing I support Joe Biden. The crime bill wasn't that bad. Only 200 million black people went to jail. What's the big deal?
Real talk. Real talk.
The thing is, they're all tools, and a tool is only as useful as I need it. When I'm done with my tool, I can break my tool and get rid of it. They have to show and prove. They've got to prove that, hey, we just in case we need to say, hey, black people agree with us too. So, black people are the barometer for how everybody else is doing. Black people are the barometer for how everybody else lives. Black people are the barometer for everything on this planet because your position right now, a few black people being rich doesn't fucking matter. Who gives a fuck if you play in the NBA when I own the team, right?
Wow, real talk. Real talk.
When I can print an NFL team. I've said this a few times. Having a sports team is a license to print money. Point blank, period. Like, because you're gonna make so much fucking money off of it. But having a whole bunch of black people that be like, you know what, we not voting. Fuck all that vote shit. I'm not fucking with it because I don't agree with nobody. That's a problem. Because now it's just like, what the fuck are they about to do? Are they gonna get together? Are they gonna try to make their lives better? That's why they dropped the bombs on Wall Street, on all the Wall Street. That's why they want to kill your children. That's why they want to make you gay. That's why they want to do shit to completely keep. I'm talking about the men, not the women. They don't give a fuck about women.
That's right.
The men run the culture. Like, how bad you're doing lets them know how good they're doing. So the worst off that most black people are, it shows them how good they're doing. That's why you're gonna, if you went to jail, if you got a felony, that's a bonus. If you went to jail, you are under 25, and you got a heartbeat. Oh yeah, we can make you a rapper, and we're gonna give you some drugs too, unlimited drugs. Boom, because that's gonna have more effect than a man on the corner selling you a newspaper, telling you that, hey, this is how you eat right. This is how you get yourself together. This is how you cure your addiction and get your body back to where you need it to be. NBA young boys more powerful than that. Black people, it's the same thing with the politicians because you're gonna have those black people who believe in those systems because they believe in. I think Cole did a video about how there is no black savior coming. There's no savior coming, and we have a problem with thinking that we're just gonna kick our feet back as a group, not individually. We're gonna kick our seat back, and somebody else is gonna do all the work. We're gonna just ride the wave of them doing the work, and we're gonna be all good. That's why it looks crazy sitting around waiting for somebody to do something for you when you need to get the fuck up and get with somebody who can help you get to where you're trying to go. Like it's fucked up because they're gonna do whatever they do to keep. They trying to keep their job. It's no different than the motherfuckers you work with.
Real talk.
They'll tell the motherfucker y'all at the factory and this nigga telling that you dropped the part. Like that doesn't fucking matter. But he gonna tell so he can get in good with the boss, so the boss feel like he trusts him or something. You know, it's the same shit in a different situation.
And like I said, you know, a lot of people in the comments are listening, and I think this is so important. It's so important when black men hear a black woman telling us what's going on and you know, letting us know that we're the barometer by the way how bad we're doing. If we're doing bad, everything is good. And that's what shout out Roe. He said the dark ages was when black people were in control. Hearing that from a black woman, I think everything is there for a reason. Hearing a black woman, you know, let you know what's going on, it gets you hype or whatever like that. And I think, you know, like, cause the same way you'll be in a house with your old lady and, you know, she start arguing and all that, and you just can't get away from the nagging. I think it could be the same way with a positive message. The same way that nagging get to you, you can't get away from it. What if, you know, she was pumping that positive into you? It would make you get up and really do something about it. And it's what it is, dog. There is nobody coming. There's nobody coming, man.
They want us to be separated. They don't want us to say, I can learn from this person. I can do with this person because we're here to help. But they want you to feel like, no, you can just do it by yourself. And any woman, any black woman with any fucking sense know that ain't true. Like, you can do some stuff alone, but most shit you can't do by yourself. You're not going to be able to get to where you need to be without that black man. And that's because we were all created.
That's right.
To each other, help each other, to boost each other up. Like Bro was talking about, before we knew who we was, we ran the planet. And that's why, I mean, it's really fucked up. It's so crazy. That's why when you have an elementary school, something as simple as an elementary school, when you get a black teacher, a black man teacher in that elementary school, look at how those children come out compared to an elementary school with no black man teachers in it. Look how young men on sports teams come out when they have black coaches. Look how people come out when there's, and they don't have to be no super walking around tough. It could be just a stand-up black man. Look how people come out when they have those kind of people in their life, especially young people. Because I'm more likely to listen to Brent D than I am some fucking bitch ass nigga who I don't have no relation to in no type of way. Right. I don't want to. He gotta say, "What the fuck do you tell me, nigga? I'm hungry. My mama a hoe." Like, what the hell can you say to me?
That's real. That's real.
If Brent D walked up and was like, "Look, man, like this life is heavy. You don't want to be a part of this. This is not what you want. Get your knuckle ass on and do something else. And join the robotic team or some shit."
Real talk.
You listen to that.
Real, and that's what I'm saying. We all have a part that we can play, and that's what I'm trying to. You know, I there's so many things that I want to do, but the main thing is everybody that's in here. We're all from different parts of the country. Some are even from the UK, and we got somebody out there in Africa. Like, we all can see what's going on. But when we go outside, and I think it's because I was going to say, when we go outside, we have to be fearful of each other and shit like that. And I think it's because we know that we are the minority. Most people aren't like this. And it's, like I said, it's just, it's crazy. It's stole. And like you're saying, that seed kindergarten, that is so important
to have that guidance at that age. We need a man, black man there that young, so that we can really. But I think that's why you see most niggas is in prison or dead. It's because if we actually had that, we could really make some real moves. And like I said, when we start talking like this, it starts to sound fantastical, because it's like, that's the black dream and all that shit. And it's like, why the fuck does that sound so impossible? Why does it sound so impossible?
It's fucked up because it's not enough of us. So everybody over here at the Big Facts Podcast, for the most part, even if you rolled out your fucking mind, you're somewhat on the same page as whatever is going on over here.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you wouldn't even want to be over here, because it can go either way. We can talk about this kind of stuff. We can go talk about the music shit. We can go talk about the street shit.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about hoes.
Yeah.
Talk about whatever. You can still relay that message and get to you. So maybe you won't pop that pill tonight. You won't hit the day tonight. Just because you don't want to be looked at a certain type of way, because somebody give a fuck about you over here.
Real talk.
We're gonna hold you accountable. These other places, it's not enough of us, because if I say I'm gonna stop writing whore music for female rappers, there's gonna be somebody ready to step up.
That's right.
And say, yeah, this is my time to come up.
That's right.
I'm about to eat good.
Yep.
It's gonna always be somebody who feels they got some personalized feelings about whatever happened to them. You don't know shit about it, but whatever they're going through or whatever happened to them, so they're doing for self. And it's fucked up if we don't love each other, we don't trust each other, because just like what most of everybody I see saying no to do they support Black Lives Matter? Yes, the message, not the movement, because when we giving you all this money, bitch, you went and bought a $50 house. Oh, shit. And that's how people look at it. One time, I felt something in my spirit to move and do the right thing. I gave it to this motherfucking preacher who went and bought a Mercedes for his wife. But it's a homeless person. It's the negative is heavier.
That's real.
Positive, but the positive lasts longer than the positive whatever. Make sure y'all sign no negative news.
That's correct.
But it's hard. But we don't have enough people like you to come out when they're in their prime. We don't have enough people that are that need the spotlight on them, like D-Rose, who need the spotlight, that can tell you, I'm from this life. I can tell you about this shit the real way, not the fantastical, oh my God, I sold a half of fucking JP Morgan cargo ship and never got caught. That's not true. It's not realistic. We want to hide the people, but as soon as some bad shit come down, niggas want to run to D-Rose. Niggas want to run to answer.
There it is.
But you knew where they was at the whole fucking time, and you didn't go over there.
Real shit.
Get your shit together, at least get your shit together for your household. You didn't want to do that. You want to turn up and watch No Jumper and all this other bullshit. Man, I gotta go. I'm not gonna even one of them people that's out here. I saw with my actions. I might get a contract. I might write the song for the black girl instead of the other race.
Mm-hmm.
So I might get to her. I might tell her about the opportunity instead of I might tell the black guy, look, you're not ready yet, but get ready, because I'm gonna pass these on. That's how I show my black power. With my black, whatever the fuck I got to go. But,
no. Like I said, I appreciate that. Nate, I appreciate you. I'm gonna holler at you when we get off. I appreciate it. We needed that tonight. Nate. I appreciate it.
All right,
Love. Yeah, see, that's what we need. And once again, everything she say is true to the bone. And that's what we need. So if you need to know that there is somebody out there that behind the scenes, so this is what we need to know. Hey, when I get pulled over by a black officer, I don't have nothing illegal in the car or nothing like that. But maybe I don't have insurance. Maybe my tag out of date, or maybe, whatever the fuck. He give me a warning, like another officer would give his race a warning. This goes back to what we're talking about with the coon. If we asking what a coon is, the coon is the motherfucker who you are acting as if I'm not your race. And this is where shit gets like, who is the coon here? Treat me with some love. Treat me the way the white judge treated Jeffrey Dahmer. Treat me the way the white judge or the white officer treated Jeffrey Dahmer. Give me a pass. Allow me. So if you working at the DMV, sweetheart, you need to listen to what Naeem is saying. At her job, what she does, hey, I'm going to give the promotion to you. I know that the white girl has been working here longer and she's more qualified for the job, but I'm going to give you the job. And that's to say that once I give you this job and show that the only reason that you have this job over her is because of your skin color. Your skin color is not a curse. It's a gift. We can create black privilege. You don't come out of jail saying, ain't nobody gonna hire me, I got a felony. You know that you good. You damn near, just being a black man, it's damn near like you came out of fraternity. You don't got to do no special jig or have no special incrustation on your arm. You being a black man and walking into that interview, you gonna get it. But that don't mean that you come in here and try to snake out the motherfucker who gave you the job. The reason why the black lady at the DMV is making sure that don't nobody else rise up and shit like that is because she know that they only gonna keep one black person, so I gotta be the only black person. My job is to sort out all the rest of the motherfuckers. We gotta wake up and go to sleep on survival mode. Stop cutting down. So, and this is another thing. We're gonna talk. Dog, don't use the black privilege as a crutch, saying that you don't have to go to school and work harder than everybody else. You don't have to get the job on time. You don't have to get your insurance and your tag. And no, don't take advantage of the fucking system. You shouldn't. The whole point is that you shouldn't have to be given nothing from nobody. But if you do make a small mistake, the reason why this scene right here happened is because the white officer assumed that, yeah, you're not no criminal. So it's a, remember what I told you about the actions and the person? This is just an action. You can have a dead body in the back seat, but that's just an action. You as a person, you are for the betterment of America. So I'm going to let you go. But when you see a nigga, you say, oh, no, well, yeah, the person is bad. So it don't matter what the fuck. You don't have to do an action. You as a person are bad. So if you all good, I need to check you further because I know that you got some bullshit going on because you're a bullshit person. Every time we get given an inch, a nigga, a black police officer pull you over, man, you find out that black police officers and black judges is giving black privilege. Here you is trying to go trap it out. Now you smoking in the car and all this shit like this. And then when you get arrested, oh, nigga, what kind of nigga? You coon ass nigga. What the fuck? You not for the betterment. This black privilege ain't so that you can keep doing bullshit. It's so that you can actually achieve something to get a fair wage. So now, if you do go to the school and you do qualify, you don't have to worry about nobody coming in and getting the job just because they got the skin color. If you qualified, then you get the job. If you on the back road late night, maybe a little bit tipsy, you get the benefit of the doubt. That don't mean that you go out this bitch and drink a fucking fifth of Henny every time you leave the house. This is not for you to get by. This is for you to succeed. We so busy worried about surviving, succeeding ain't even in the cards. I just want to make it back to this point so I can go to sleep. Not worried about goddamn achieving shit. I just want to goddamn, if I can just make it back to this house tonight, I'm in the good. Naeem just spoke about that, us being the barometer. And that if the barometer is set for us doing bad, everything is good and everything's perfect because we focused on making it back home alive. Ain't no ambition. You round this bitch hoping that they don't give you the 20 years. You hoping that they stick to the guidelines and you get 10 years. And you thanking God that you getting 10 years and not 20 years. What the fuck? Where's our coalition to where we don't have to go to the bank? Hey man, look, we got our black situation. Hey, look, we get this much money in. Black Lives Matter. You got 80 million in. What about all these black businesses? Hey, look, $1 million loan, bring it back. This ain't for you to go scam and flex and yeah, but nigga, you see what it is, nigga, yeah, red bottom nigga. $1 million, that's 10 black small businesses. $80 million. 10 for every million. You bitches went and got a fucking house. We talking about Coon. The definition of Coon. The definition of Coon is a motherfucker who makes it, who bores it into a nigga mind not to trust no nigga. Come on, my nigga. What the fuck? Y'all can hear me? Yeah. You bored into a nigga mind that he can't trust niggas. That's what your job was. That's all you had to do was make it to where a nigga can't trust a nigga. That's what the Coon is. First thing a nigga say when he go into a black-owned establishment is the motherfucker looking for flaws. Looking for what's wrong with the motherfucker. Yeah, I bet, yeah, they got too much dust here. This bitch is dressing out of a fucking a dirty bathroom sink and she talking about dust in this motherfucking place. I don't want to go over there. You want to go to the black folk shit and start twerking in the middle of the floor. Where the music at? That's what the coon is. You bitches took. Can y'all hear me? Damn, I can't see the comment. Them bitches shut off the damn thing. Can y'all hear me? I don't think they can hear me. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna take this out. Okay, y'all can hear me? Yeah, man, that's some bullshit. They just took my damn shit off. Yeah, that's all they want. You had 80 million, 90 million. How many black businesses that could have started? That's what a coon is. So yeah, man, it's that shit right there, man. I'm not with the talking. I'm not with the talking and the playing and the bullshitting. Especially not after a nigga done put in this much fucking work in real life. All this play, getting mad on accident about some bullshit. Stop that bullshit. You don't give a fuck what type of shirt he wear. Kanye West don't hold no effect to your real life. Meanwhile, people like D Rose and Supremely Black Podcast is going city to city, touching the children outside. You ain't went out that bitch and asked them, hey man, you need somebody to hold up you need somebody. I ain't got no money to put in, but I can hold the tent up. You need somebody to corral the kids. Y'all need to help out here. I ain't got no money to give right now, but if y'all need some help, we can give you manpower. But you talking about some motherfucking Kanye West with a goddamn shirt on. Son of a bitch. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The motherfuckers who put that shit in, and you talking about a coon? Yeah, the coon is the motherfucker who continues to propagate that stereotype that you can't trust no nigga. You can't trust no nigga. Dog, and to be honest, dog, I don't know who the fuck would come in. I can see why a person would. I can see why you would come in and want to. I hate the way this bitch be turned. I don't see why you would play with this shit. It seems like there's so many other different ways that you can, you know what I'm saying, make something happen. Why in the fuck would you play with this shit? Like play with something positive. You can just go make a fucking YouTube channel and just say some. Why the fuck would you play? I'm here to help. But yeah, it's stole, man. It really is stole. But I feel like if we had that to where, hey man, here go if you are black owned business, we got some. So you come with the right paperwork, and hey, we'll put this into your business for a loan, and understand. Don't treat us like you would treat somebody else. The money that you're putting back in, that's for the next business. And you know, obviously on paper it seemed like it'll work, but it's just that coon mentality. A nigga that don't think about nothing else but himself. And so that's why I say, man, tomorrow we coming in heavy. Tomorrow night we coming in heavy. We gonna celebrate. We're gonna have a good time. I don't know what we'll be talking about tomorrow night. I might make it some negative bullshit so we can get everybody in the door, and we'll go from there. And y'all will get the actual commercial. But we got to continue to work. Like I said, I hope and I pray that we at least can put a dent in this shit when we come down November 1st. But tomorrow is the first day of Operation No Negative News November, as far as on the internet. So every day you press it, every day you press it, every day we push it. And like I said, remember, I don't have to say that. I don't have to say that. You know what's going on, and you know what we trying to do. So come out tomorrow, show love. If you ain't put nothing in the pot yet, go to the Cash App, go to the PayPal, put $2 in there, put $3 in there. Everything we needed to go to promotion on these big platforms, Say Cheese, so on and so forth. I appreciate everybody who's already shown love and put it in. Shout out to that nigga. Oh no, that's Ty B trolling. Shout out to Tremaine Stewart, said November is the litmus test for black media. Ooh, you better tell him. Shout out to that nigga. He always rock out with it. Man, shout out to that nigga. He legit don't bullshit. I can't wait to see what the fuck. I know he gonna go crazy on that motherfucker. Shout out to that nigga Ronald Smith. Ronald Smith came through. Keep it moving. I got it. It's dead. The camera died. The phone died. Look, tomorrow night I'll be we're gonna go through the Cash App, go through the PayPal, all the donations and everything like that. I appreciate everybody coming through. Dog, shout out to that nigga. Shout out to that nigga. The Black Pope. Hold on, I want to show y'all something. Look what Naeem did. Look at this.
They get big. They get on a superstar level, or they'll just get so popular that they can sign other artists, sign other people to do XYZ, and they'll throw their name on top of it like they did it. I think about Rihanna with Fenty Beauty, right? She's the name, she's the face, she's the person who's saying we doing all of this, but obviously there's other people that are doing the work. It's the same thing with producers. A producer will get so hot, like they'll start off being a super producer or whatever, but now they have a production company, which is a slick way that people use to say that they make beats or whatever. They'll have a production company where they will sign producers, sign songwriters, sign whatever, and they will take whatever that person's work is and they'll put their name on it.
So now you have black farmers in federal court trying to get that $4 billion. That's outstanding. It really is. But when I hear this story, it just makes me think, I think more black people need to get into farming. We need to. It's self-sustaining. It can be very profitable. And what is it once again? Generational wealth.
That nigga that knows something. That nigga knows some real talk. Hold on. There it is.
Die once, live twice. Yeah. I done lost all of my love and my sanity. Vanity told me I'm too hard to handle. Dismantle any opposition, quit playing with me. Brothers hella lame, how they get their name? Israelites lacking integrity. Politics made it to Israel, but it's not spiritual. Why can't I let them get next to me? Chef in the kitchen, he cooking. These niggas trying to steal a recipe. Look at my weaponry, that is my specialty. Lion of Zion, a Judah full pedigree. Repping my legacy. If I got a body rappers, then Mac, he gon' be the accessory. Judah the gang, and I'm repping it heavily. Vocals the same, but I got a new melody. I'm from the bottom of Rebel to Greffel Street. Haters, they hate me, they really be repping me. Yeah, they really be repping me. I went to war for some brothers who never had love and they heart or respect for me. Gates told me go where they celebrate it, they don't just tolerate your gifts. Christ told me shake the dust off your feet and take your peace with you when you dip. Made it out of a city where plenty crashed. We never had nothing, we needed cash. Feds gave us Aguilera, we didn't know better. We turned it to Lenny Crab. Should've got yards running from my past, but the Lord made a way when he threw the flag. Beat the case, but I blew the bag. Did it bare face, we don't do the mask. Now Protestant, Jesuit, Lutheran, now we don't do the mass. I just be watching they movement and how they maneuvering, slithering through the grass. Who gon' pity for the snake charm? Put them in the bag, shake the snake on them. It's never about who your haters, it's always about how much money you making on them. Put your riches in the most high, that's the best flip for the best price. Cash in with your house shy, I'ma die once, I'ma live twice. Balls mean, but my flow nice. Rep 12, not the pole lights. Chef, he the light of the world, I'm trying to keep all of my babies from pole light.
You die once, but you live twice. Please don't get left, you'll have no rights. Me and Chef steam like bowl rice. This be getting 8 like 4 twice. I repent, get your soul right. They don't hear me though, like no mic. How they supposed to know, like no advice? Children of the light, like no night.
Got me feeling like Ricky Bobby up in Talladega. I'm on the road, feel like I'm on fire. Holding it down till I see the Messiah. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. I say it twice for those I inspire. Make it a third for all of the liars.
Please do not treat this like entertainment, man, I pray you don't. This a cry for your soul. Renew your thinking and rearrange it, man, I pray you do. Cause the kingdom's a goal. They're really tricking for little payments, making money moves, but you losing your soul. How y'all be thinking, be aggravating? I'm not smelling that like I'm losing my nose. We gotta represent, children is watching. We see with the ruach, the spirit is watching. Me and Chef at the back, we did the way that we flipping this heat, man, it feel like hibachi. Killing these demons with pain is my doctrine. I'm bobbing and weaving, it feel like I'm boxing. I want the kingdom of heaven, the mysteries that are spoken of in 2nd Colossians.
Yeah.